Welcome to this webinar series about multi-cloud and Oracle Cloud infrastructure. We want to talk to you more about accelerating your innovation with a sound multi-cloud strategy. My name is Akshay Parthasarathi. I'm a product marketing director at Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. I'll be joined today by James Ronenberg, principal product manager, and colleagues from Integra LifeSciences, a customer of OCI. So let's talk a little bit about why multi-cloud strategies are important today. According to Gartner, over 81% of organizations are adopting multi-cloud. The reason is many customers, including Integra LifeSciences, are finding that they can maximize the strengths of each provider through a sound multi-cloud strategy. For example, capabilities such as Oracle Autonomous Database and Oracle Exadata Cloud Service are only available on OCI. And there are certain other capabilities that may be better on other clouds, such as Microsoft Azure. A second reason for adopting multi-cloud is because of economics. Organizations can save costs by adopting the best cloud vendor for each workload based on their differentiated pricing. There are also other advantages to consider, things like de-risking on the provider outages. If one of your cloud providers goes down, you have the opportunity to keep your organization running. Reducing latency is another example of why multi-cloud is important, and you'll see why a solution between Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure can do just that for you and help you adopt multi-cloud in a more efficient way. Let me talk to you a little bit about Integra LifeSciences and how they have enhanced their multi-cloud capabilities and achieved 90% time savings. Using an innovative solution between Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure called the Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure Interconnect, Integra LifeSciences enabled cross-cloud data transfers for faster data processing of their analytics workloads. To tell you more about how the Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure Interconnect can benefit your business too, let me now hand it over to the product manager that is responsible for the Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure Interconnect. James, over to you.
Thanks, Akshay. I'll be taking a few moments today to focus on the industry's only jointly tested, mutually supported, multi-cloud solution that directly connects infrastructure between clouds, specifically Oracle OCI and Microsoft Azure, the OCI Azure Interconnect. I'll take you back a couple of years to when the Interconnect partnership was established. Oracle and Microsoft both realized that mission-critical applications and workloads are the most challenging to move to the cloud, presenting a myriad of customer barriers, including complexity, monolithic architectures, and a series of other dependencies. Overcoming these barriers for critical workloads also represented the largest potential impact for customer success and their businesses moving forward. Through the usage of OCI Azure Interconnect and a multi-cloud strategy, customers now gain the abilities, agility, flexibility, scalability when migrating mission-critical workloads to the cloud. So how did the partnership unlock these challenges? By creating a partnership that addresses the largest of those barriers and enabling customers to migrate and run mission-critical workloads across clouds, empowering customers to leverage the existing investments and tools currently used across on-prem and hybrid environments, providing unified identity and access management by a single sign-on, providing multi-cloud experience that's sub 2 milliseconds latency round trip, providing customers the power of choice of the best Oracle and Microsoft industry-leading technologies to achieve successful business outcomes. Using the local SKU within either Microsoft's portal or OCI portal, customers see no ingress or egress charges across the interconnect. And for added peace of mind, we have a successful and cooperative support model. In this design, it represents what Interconnect physically looks like and how we achieve maximum redundancy and high availability. When deploying an interconnect, we build in a diverse data center environment when possible, redundant 100 gig ports, and redundant physical cross connects across OCI and Azure. I mentioned earlier, through the Interconnect partnership, both Oracle and Microsoft have a collaborative support model. Should a customer have a need to raise a support ticket, they can do that through either Oracle or Microsoft. And this flowchart represents the steps either party would undertake. From raising a ticket to the validation of the entitlement, to narrowing down to the root cause, whether that's a Microsoft or an Oracle product-specific issue, and then where the handoff would happen between the two clouds, and each cloud taking that to resolution. This support model would be the same across the globe. We have a map that shows our global regions, and each Microsoft icon within this map represents where the interconnect is today. The Interconnect partnership has been extremely valuable for our mutual customers, spanning across 9 regions today and expected to grow rapidly in the coming years. I want to quickly highlight just how Oracle is embracing customer multi-cloud journeys, whether that's via VPN, using the public internet, or Fast Connect, partner Fast Connect for hybrid and latency sensitive applications, or the OCI Azure Interconnect. Oracle is committed to making multi-cloud easy and enabling customers' choice for the best of breed cloud services. I want to take a moment and just talk about what analysts are saying about Interconnect. Gartner calls out OCI and Azure are the only public cloud providers doing this natively. I'll now pass it over to Akshay for a conversation with Integra LifeSciences and their use of Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure Interconnect.
Thanks, James. Let's now hear Integras perspectives on how they're using multi-cloud with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. I have with me Sam Shank and Seenu Santhalingam from Integra LifeSciences. Sam, can we get a brief summary of what you do and what Integra does?
Hi, I'm Sam Shank. I am a director of application technology and development here at Integra. I've been here for 15 years, and I manage the database administrators, the development, and the infrastructure on OCI. Integra LifeSciences is a world leader in medical technology. We were founded in 1989 with the acquisition of an engineered collagen technology to repair and rejuvenate tissue.
So my name is Seenu Santhalingam. I've been working with Integra for more than 11 years now. And I'm a senior Oracle application database architect and a cloud architect.
Now, obviously, you are a global company with multi-billion dollars in revenue. Can you expand on why, as a large organization, you considered first a cloud strategy, and also, secondly, why you considered a multi-cloud strategy, and what were the benefits related to each of those things?
We had our ERP ecosystem in a third-party data center. All of the hardware was dedicated, with our growth requiring purchasing new hardware to increase the processing capacity. We chose not to have a hardware CapEx model any longer. The cloud, the Oracle Cloud, gives us the ability to spin up and spin down compute based on the company's needs. We have moved over 100 servers to OCI for production and non-production workloads. The workloads include Oracle EBS, Oracle Agile PLM, and we connect to several SaaS applications.
Seenu, could you tell us a bit more about why a multi-cloud strategy was important to you and how the Azure Interconnect is fitting into your story there?
Most of our Oracle workloads are running on OCI, but there are some Microsoft application which are currently running in Azure Cloud. One of the main reasons we leverage the interconnect between OCI and Azure is because of its reliability and its performance and throughput. We could now provide analytics reporting on a timely manner to our leadership teams.
Sina, could you tell us a bit more about how the Interconnect has improved your capabilities for interoperability?
Like the interconnectivity between OCI and Azure is enabled by the Fast Connect and the Express Route. And one of the reasons we opted for that one was basically it is native between Azure Cloud and OCI, and it was very easy to configure. So what happened was previously when the ERP was sending data to our EDW application on the on-premises, was taking a lot of delay in data transfers. Now we are able to achieve excellent performance and throughput, and some of our reporting capability normally, which takes around 8 to 9 hours, has been now reduced by more than 50% to 3.5 hours.
From a business perspective, right, why do you feel that the Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure Interconnect is critical?
It's all about analytics, business reporting, primarily around sales numbers and forecasts, and it's expanding to other areas in the organization. As you already mentioned to us, it's the amount of time now it gets to senior management. Now it's actually getting to them every morning.
We are happy to be on this journey with you and have you provide the reports and the capabilities you need from your cloud vendors. In terms of other capabilities, right, there are capabilities beyond the Azure Interconnect that you are using from Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. I'm wondering, Sino, if you can share a little bit about these other capabilities and what kind of benefits you're getting from them.
So since being on the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, we have already positioned ourselves for data growth and performance. Currently, we are using bare metal servers and block volumes, high performance block volumes, which reduce our processing time of the transactional processing. And not only that, we have plans to leverage high availability rack and Exadata cloud services. Most of our integration with our third parties and SaaS products, we leverage the Oracle Integration Cloud, which is a Gen 2 application to do the integrations as a service. Sales invoice processing, which was taking for 4.5 hours, have been done, processed in less than an hour, and some of the reports were getting completed in few minutes. So
one of the advantages of using a multi-cloud architecture, as Integra LifeSciences is doing, is that it allows you to take advantage of the differentiated capabilities of each cloud. In the case of Oracle, things like Exadata Cloud Service and Oracle Autonomous Database. Sam and Sinu, how do you foresee expanding Integra's capabilities on OCI? What's next on OCI for you and Integra LifeSciences?
Now that we're in the Oracle Cloud, we are positioned for high growth, great performance, quick visibility of the entire supply chain to senior management, and have an infrastructure that will be running for years into the future.
Definitely, Exadata Cloud Services is in works right now, but we want to leverage the multi-cloud strategy to integrate Azure AD Federation with our Oracle Identity and Access Management on OCI, and there are several integration opportunities for Azure and the Oracle Cloud infrastructure.
Thanks, Sam and Sinu, for sharing your insights on the use of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure for your global multi-billion-dollar company. We also have key Oracle Cloud Infrastructure differentiators that are important for you to consider if you want to have OCI as a primary or secondary cloud vendor. The first thing is that Oracle apps run better on OCI. For example, Integra LifeSciences runs its e-business suite applications on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. OCI also offers faster and more consistent performance for workloads of all types, including high-performance computing. Many leading brands have used OCI for HPC use cases, and we provide near linear scaling as far as performance is concerned. Superior pricing and the broadest industry SLAs are other reasons why OCI can also be really useful to achieve your enterprise's goals. There are a few other reasons too for you to consider, and we're happy to walk you through this if you want to contact us. In order to reach us, you can use the link in this particular slide. Finally, if you want to kick the tires with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, take it for a free trial, try the Oracle Cloud free tier. Thank you so much for joining us in this webinar, and we look forward to seeing you in the next edition of this webinar series.